What's going on? It's your boy X43 Frost here, or Alex, and today I have a video where I will be listing 10 ways you can get better at Call of Duty. Now this list isn't going to be in any particular order, just a heads up. So yeah, stay tuned till the end, and I will give info on a giveaway that will be coming out. Now, to start off this list, we have Know the Mojo. Now, this is a really weird term, you know, like know the mojo, what do you mean? Basically, I'm saying keep up to date with what's the most powerful guns in the game at the time being, whether it's through other popular YouTubers. Make sure the videos aren't outdated, or, you know, just purely, like, weapon stats don't really, on game, don't really accurately portray the gun. But just keeping up to date with like the patches and everything and what they do exactly, like, you know, reducing, let's say, the accuracy on the VMP. That could be a huge difference in whether the gun is good or not. So keep up to date with stuff like that. Keep checking patch notes. Black Ops 3 isn't the newest game, I know that, so they're not really doing much on there. But like games like World War II and any newer COD, definitely keep up to date with the patch updates and what everyone thinks are good guns at the time. Now next, at number 9, we have your control layout. Now it's very different depending on if you're playing PC or console. If you're playing console and you ever have, like, you know, in the past, or if you currently do play games like CSGO or something like that, anything first-person shooter like on the computer, definitely try and get an adapter to connect your keyboard and mouse to your console, because keyboard and mouse has a huge advantage over controller sometimes when it comes to aiming and stuff, and, you know, turning around and stuff like that is a huge advantage with keyboard and mouse, so try and keep it consistent. But if you do use the controllers like most people do, then definitely change your button layout from the default layout. It's either bumper jumper or stick and move or something like that. I mean, whatever. I prefer bumper jumper tactical for myself, and then I also have paddles on my controller. Now the only time I ever recommend using the default layout is when you are using like paddles or something, and it makes it so you actually can do more at the same time. But yeah, so definitely if you don't have a scuff or paddles, change your controller layout to either bumper jumper, tactical, or to stick and move. Those are the two most popular. Now for number 8, we have learn the maps, play with friends, and give callouts. So if you don't know the callouts of the map, you know, just say something in your general area of where you die or where you see an enemy, or if you've shot an enemy, let them know so they know to challenge a weak enemy. Definitely play with friends. When you do play with friends, do not rub up against their body the whole time, even if they tell you to come with them. Please keep your distance from them, because if you don't keep your distance from them, you can easily get double killed, like easily. So you definitely want to keep your distance, learn the maps, learn callouts. So for the maps, you can tell your friends, communicate with your friends, be like, oh, they said one person's in tin, so I'm gonna go challenge them in tin, you know, something like that. And learn for hard point in game modes, yeah, like hard point, learn the hills, what the rotation of the hard point is, and also for search and destroy, learn where the bombs are just by default in your head. Now this next one applies mainly to objective-based game modes, and that is to don't just like throw yourself out there. So, you know, when you're going to a hard point, don't just like respawn and every time you die, just keep trying to run straight into the hard point. That's an awful idea. That's gonna get you killed pretty much every time, because there's already people set up in head glitches and everything already to mow you down with their guns. So definitely take your time. Sometimes when you're pushing a hard point, wait for a couple teammates to come with you, and definitely, you know, push as a team. Now here for number 6, we have get/use a headset. Now I'm not just saying like put on a headset so you can communicate with your teammates, because that's a very important thing on its own, but you need to actually turn up your game volume louder than your friend's volume, and so you can hear both them speaking, and you can hear your game, because you definitely need to hear who's to the left of you, who's to the right of you, and you know who's above you, who's below you. You can hear all of that through a 2 earpiece headset, and it helps a ton. Like, it helps a ton. You definitely should use it. You can just pre-aim people. You can be like, oh, I hear someone to my right, and someone's coming out of the door. You're already aiming at them, and you're ready to fire before they even know you're there, just because you could hear them. So yeah, get a headset / use a headset. This is very important. Now number 5 is to learn alternate ways of shooting. Now if you go past a head glitch, don't be afraid to, you know, poke your head in that head glitch, and not someone who is head glitching, but if you're head glitching, so that you don't stay there too long, you'll get yourself killed, but maybe you can get a couple kills from that head glitch as you're passing by. Learn to jump shot and drop shot. Those are 2 very important things. Bumper jumper tactical helps out a lot with both of those. Regular tactical helps with drop shotting, and you know, stuff like that. So I know your aim isn't going to be great at first with jump shotting and drop shotting, but it's definitely something that you'll be working on, and it's something that takes time to perfect. So don't be frustrated if you aren't getting the results you want right away. Just get used to the different controls. That can also be frustrating at first. It'll only take you a couple days to get used to the controls, and then learning to jump shot and drop shot should take you no more than a week before you're doing pretty decent at it. Now number 4 is an equal balance between hip firing and aiming down sights. Now most of the time you'll see me in this video, I'm aiming down sights, because when people are like to a medium to long range, you almost always want to aim down sights. But when they're like really up close to you, where they're pretty much rubbing against you, and you know, you turn a corner and someone's just right there, definitely hip fire, because you don't want to be aiming down sights and then they just rapidly get off your screen, and it takes forever to turn with the aiming down sights. So definitely know when to hip fire. That's important, you know, when you're up close and personal. Or some shotguns are really helpful when you hip fire with them. I'm not encouraging people to use guns like the Brecci and stuff, but that's definitely a gun that you only want to hip fire with, because it's got such a high hip spread. Know your hip spread, know your guns. Now number 3, we have pre-aiming and pre-firing. As weird as that sounds at first, sometimes it's best to kill an enemy or know an enemy is there before you even shoot them. So like I said earlier with your headset, if you hear someone somewhere, don't be afraid to just start aiming before they even appear on screen. Definitely pre-aim popular areas on the map as you're turning corners and stuff, you know, where you'd expect someone to be. Start aiming where they are. And yeah, for pre-firing, as far as that goes, if you're shooting at somebody and then they so happen to go behind a doorway, you know, just keep shooting. I mean, that may sound stupid, but they might be like, hey, there was an enemy behind me. They're gonna turn around and poke their head out that door, and then they're gonna go straight into your bullets. It's not a bad idea to sometimes pre-fire people, but only when you already see them and you're trying to get them to turn around or something. Now number 2 is your sensitivity. Now a lot of people will say the higher sensitivity, the better you're gonna be. That's not always true, because people with sensitivity is ridiculously high at like max sensitivity or 12 or 10, stuff like that is just way too high sometimes, and it makes it really difficult to aim with. Now I think sensitivity is like 3 and 4, I believe, are too low. Now I know most pros play between 4 and 6, or I like to stretch it to 7. So I'd say good comfortable sensitivity range is between 5 and 7, so like kind of like a medium area. That's a good sensitivity to play on. I don't even think it's considered medium in the game. Like a medium high sensitivity is the best sensitivity to go with, because then you're able to turn around quicker, because it's really difficult to turn around in low sensitivities, and it's really hard to aim on high sensitivities. Even if you think you're used to it, if you just need to like tap your stick just the tiniest bit just to get your aim perfectly on someone, it might get knocked off the person if your sensitivity is too high, because you can't get that little tap in there. So control your sensitivity, play between a 5 and a 7, and yeah. And finally, number 1, don't be a Dallas.
You wanna do it because you see the diamonds on my chain?
Yo, guys, with how many kills I fucking got, search and destroy is a win for us.
Hopefully.
So as you see there, Dallas is overconfident about everything and thinks he's gonna win everything, lets his ego take over. Now don't let that happen to you, or it can really affect your playing in a negative way. Now I'm not saying don't think positive, because if you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna do good this game, that's good, that can help you win, but don't take it too far, or else, you know, you'll not play up to your expectations. Now, also something that Dallas does is he likes to sit in corners, and there's something like camping is not a great strategy because there's something called peeker's advantage. Now this term isn't really brought up in Call of Duty, but it is brought up a lot in games like Rainbow Six. Now the input it takes for like, if you're moving your character into a room, you get to see the room before they get to see you. It's a little millisecond difference, but you'll be able to see him before he sees you if you see the guy in the corner. So, just a heads up, don't camp. It's not really statistically a great strategy at all. Now finally, you guys have made it to the end of the video. Congratulations, thank you so much for watching, and now we need to go into the giveaway. Alright, so for this giveaway, I will be giving away a $10 PSN or Xbox Live card, like for their stores, so like the PSN store and the Xbox Live store. So depending on which one you own, if you win the contest, I will get you whichever one suits your platform. Now if you do neither and you have Steam, that's a whole different story. I'll figure something out with you. But to win this giveaway, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe, and comment something random. Here, let me think of something real quick. Comment Dallas sucks. That's simple and easy, alright? Dallas sucks. And I will consider you into this giveaway, and if I will randomly generate a winner. And the winner I will talk with in the comments section, get your social media so I can contact you, and so I can give you the code, and you can, yeah, so, and just when you're done, I'll ask as you comment, hey, I got my reward, so everyone else knows that this is legit, this isn't a scam or anything. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.